If you think of a rubber ducky that has like the permanent smile on its face, when you look at it bobbing in the bathtub or on the water, it's a very happy bobbing little duck. But underneath the water, what a lot of us aren't seeing is paddling like mad. And you want the perception that I got this. Everything's cool, I can handle this, I can be perfect, I can do it all. And they can't. Adolescents, for years, have had suicide ideation and suicide completion. What's different this time is that we're seeing certain aspects of academic stress where we didn't used to see that in the past. So if you don't get the grades and get to college and get the job and get the money, you are considered a failure.
Here's how I was beginning to be one of those parents who was hell-bent on my kids looking a certain way, like a bonsai tree, that such a perfect little replica of a human that the right colleges might admit them one day. I think we do that, we parents. We clip and prune and enrich the soil so that we get this kid who might be the perfect specimen of a child. And I was trying to clip and prune my kids. Our son, Sawyer, as a sophomore, was about 8 weeks into sophomore year, struggling with workload. 5 hours of homework a night, which terrified us because the junior year, which everyone knows is supposed to be hell, was a whole year away. If he's got 5 hours now, God help him.
And the sticking point for me became Spanish 3. I have never been excellent at Spanish. I was fine in middle school, I did okay freshman year, and for the first month or so, maybe up to about 6 weeks of sophomore year, it was killing me.
Our son was buckling down and trying to catch up, not get ahead, catch up. And after 3 weeks of this, I realized he was turning to Google Translate for some help on his Spanish homework. Not really knowing the answer, but getting the answer. And I realized this is crushing him.
It took a while for me to realize the effect that this was having on me. At some point I realized I'm going to have to be doing this for the rest of the year, and oh my God, this is terrifying and this is going to be awful.
So I went to him that night at bed. It was maybe 11:30. It had been one of those nights. He's 15 and it's 11:30 or maybe even midnight when he's done with his homework and he's lying in bed. And I go into his room and I say, honey, do you think you might need to drop a class? This just seems to be too much. And my son says, can I? Don't you want me to do all of this? And I said, yeah, in some theoretical universe, we wanted all of this opportunity for you. It's gone. We bought our house here so you could go there. But more than we want that, we want your wellness. More than we care about that, we care about you. And you're struggling. And you've tried. I've seen you try. And it's not getting better. It might be getting worse. You don't have a spring in your step. I don't recognize you. Do you think you need to drop a class?
Yeah, it was the best academic decision that I made of last year. I can say that without a doubt. I was a little nervous about doing it because I have awesome friends. Most of them I've known since elementary school. 2 of them I've known since kindergarten. We are bros. But I wasn't sure if they would. A lot of them are more, I think, have bought slightly more into the gun mentality.
An increase in the number of strawberry pickers needed by...
I had a meeting last week and she said you should probably start taking honors English because that's going to be important, as many credits as you can get. And she looked at my transcript and she said, oh, you're not taking any APs this year. First she asked, oh, how many APs are you taking? And then she looked at my transcript and she said, oh, you're not taking any this year. Okay, you should probably get on that next year.
It's scary and frustrating to hear other people respond that, I'm not trying hard enough or I'm not doing enough, but I think I know myself well enough to say that I'm gonna be just fine.
The unfortunate tragedies really lit some fire under me to actually just do it. I had this moment where this voice kind of almost channeled through me and basically told me, hey, look, if I'm going to continue to do this, to teach, there is absolutely nothing that was going to stop me from putting my students' well-being first. Nothing. If you really want to do it with someone through Skype, can you just let me know right now as I go around? And I decided, hey, let's create a course. And I called it Positive Psychology. I was hoping 25 students will sign up, and 107 signed up right away, which for me was a sign. It was just so clear that the kids want to know this stuff. Like, they want to know how to become healthier, happier, more resilient. So year after year, we've had like hundreds of kids take the course, and it's been really amazing to literally see behavioral change in kids.
I'm grateful for you guys.
I think it's dangerous to assume that the suicides happen because this is a place where there's a lot of pressure. I don't think that's the case. How can we help our kids really learn how to become happier and more resilient? But I don't see value after feeling these difficult emotions, such as shame, guilt, whatever, to also beat yourself up. I'm proud of offering Positive Psychology.
Pick yourself up and look at it as like more like a learning or like growing experience. I think is something that's really important, and like I wish I could do it a lot of the time, and I think I've done it a couple times, but I think it's a lot easier to like sink into feeling bad about yourself.
What do you guys think?
I've wanted to take Mr. Habib's positive psych class from sophomore year. He came in, he talked about it, and from that moment in like February of my sophomore year, I was like, I know I need to take this class. And I finally got the chance to do it the final semester of high school, and it was amazing. Mr. Habib is one of the best teachers I've ever come across.
I agree that it's important to recognize that you messed up when you messed up, when you made a mistake. There's no question about that. My question is more like, is it okay to beat yourself up? I can tell you for a fact that, I mean, I know that this class has saved lives because I have dealt with situations where we helped kids who were suicidal. I'm not always successful, you know. We had that one incident where after he graduated, he took his life, but you just do what you can, you know. You do the best you can. And we in this room are going to change the world. And we're going to change the world through wellness, connection, and really shaping our kids' lives so they are healthier, more alive, more connected to their passion, and more connected to you. We really believe strongly in caring for the caregiver, in getting teachers to truly experience the benefit of personal empowerment. It's really, really important for us that teachers really enjoy themselves and truly just connect to their playfulness and joy of being a teacher. Because really, if you think about it, we're affecting about 30,000 kids.
And the way you begin that, and really experiential learning it is your best friend when it comes to trying to teach social emotional learning.
And now it's just so amazing to see the impact that we have on so many educators, you know. And it's just the beginning for EQ schools.
I got to really see how he interacts with the students, and I hope more classes like that will be offered. I hope the community will continue to be one where parents will allow kids to take an elective like positive psychology without regard to what some freaking college somewhere wants.